Tonight on News 6, filmmakers are coming to Conway.
Arkansas is under a burn ban.
Application for debt reliefs are open.
And a local country club is being sued.
All this and more. News 6 starts right now. Good evening, I'm Aiden Barber.
And I'm Ethan Davis. Before we get into tonight's news, let's take a look at the weather with Jason Gregory. Jason?
Let's take a quick look at our headlines. So as you can see, it's going to be a pretty cool day today, so you might want to have your coat out. But in the next few days, things will be warming back up. It will be about 80 degrees over a fall break, and then it'll cool down a little bit to 70 degrees next week. Now if you look at our outlook,
Many UCA students and alumni have thousands upon thousands of dollars in student debt, but Joe Biden's office has a plan. The president spoke about student debt relief cancellation at the White House, and the Department of Education has already been receiving applications to initiate the process. The goal of this debt relief plan is to help around 43 million students receive debt forgiveness for sums of as large as $20,000. Applications that were submitted during this pilot period of the plan were prepared after the form was made public. This pilot period allowed the Department of Education to keep track of website performance through real-world use. To apply for student loan debt relief, go to studentaid.gov/debt-relief/application.
Conway Corporation has gone out of its way to help the victims of Hurricane Ian. Hurricane Ian was a Class 4 hurricane that hovered over the Atlantic and is now the deadliest hurricane to hit Florida, leaving around 2.6 million homes and businesses without power. Conway Corp is a member of the Public Power Association, which is a group of utility companies that respond to cities in need of aid after natural disasters. Conway Corp sent 5 linemen to join a large collective of workers from 19 states to help bring power to those households and businesses in need.
A trial dealing with the banning of gender-affirming healthcare started on Monday after a judge temporarily blocked a law that would ban transgender healthcare for teens and children. Last year, Republican lawmakers signed a bill into law that focused on banning healthcare for transgender teens, while Governor Asa Hutchinson originally vetoed the law. This is the nation's first trial regarding banning this specific type of healthcare for students and children, with Arkansas being the first to enact such laws. Families of teen transgender students and children are hoping that the trial will strike down the law entirely, saying that it is unconstitutional and that everyone has the right to make this decision. This isn't the first time that Arkansas has been under fire for issues regarding LGBTQ rights, as a few weeks ago, Conway schools banned 2 books that featured predominantly homosexual characters. The city of Conway also made national news after a Conway man publicly said that LGBTQ people deserve death. This trial is expected to last 2 weeks, and more news is to come.
A new bridge in Conway was officially named after World War II veteran James Taylor Nolan. Faulkner County Judge Jim Baker held a ceremony to dedicate this newly constructed bridge as the James Taylor Nolan Family Bridge last Friday on October 14th. The ceremony included a ribbon cutting where Nolan's son, Jimmy Nolan, cut the ribbon in honor of his father's service and life. It also featured speeches by Judge Jim Baker, bridge engineer Wayne Minley, contractor Pat Mahaffey, and road foreman Mark Ledbetter. James Taylor Nolan was from Mount Vernon, and served in the Army in the 1940s. He passed away at the age of 103 earlier this year. The newly named bridge is located on Middle Road over Warren Creek in Conway.
A Conway resident is suing both the Morrilton Country Club and J. Hodge Ford of Morrilton. The lawsuit came about after a 2022 Ford F-150 Super Crew was advertised as a prize for hitting a hole-in-one at a golf tournament. Austin Laggett indeed aced the 10th hole during the tournament and was under the impression he won the truck. However, after his round, the country club refused to hand over the keys to Laggett. The dealership is claiming that it thought the truck was just free advertising and did not know it was a prize. Laggett, along with Andrew Norwood of Denton and Zachary P. LLC, is seeking damages of $53,000, the sticker price on the truck, and legal fees.
After we reported on Monday an alleged firearm found on the Mount Vernon Enola High School campus, the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office released a statement in which it said there was no evidence of a firearm on campus. The investigative included multiple interviews with witnesses along with the person of interest. The Sheriff's Office also stated that the safety of the students is the top priority and the investigation is still ongoing.
Arkansas PBS and the Brent Renaud Foundation will host a Filmmaker Event this weekend. Filmmakers Craig Renaud and John Arredondo will speak about filmmaking, share clips of their documentaries, and talk with the audience. The goal is to help in the development of up-and-coming filmmakers. The Brent Renaud Foundation was formed as a result of Craig Renaud's brother Brent being killed in Ukraine earlier this year while reporting on the humanitarian crisis. Arredondo worked alongside Brent and was also injured in Ukraine. The foundation is to ensure that Brent's legacy continues and to provide mentorship in the filmmaking community. Together, the brothers have covered news across the globe, won awards, and founded the Little Rock Film Festival. The event takes place Saturday, October 22nd at 1 in the afternoon. It will be held in Arkansas PBS Studios in Conway. It is open to the public, but registration is required on Eventbrite.
The National Weather Service issued a red flag warning for Faulkner County last Thursday. A red flag warning signifies a greater risk for grass fires. Dennis Cavanaugh, a warning coordination meteorologist for the National Weather Service, said that red flag warnings are not given often. According to Cavanaugh, the entire state of Arkansas is currently in drought category. Dry air, dry vegetation, and wind are making grass fires more likely at this time. A burn ban for Faulkner County is also in effect, meaning it is illegal to burn trash in Faulkner County. Fire control specialists advise raking leaves, mowing grass, and removing dead limbs from trees. It is also advised residents not throw cigarettes out of car windows and to dispose of them in ashtrays instead.
Toby Sublet, an electrician and active community member, has filed to run for the Justice of Peace seat on the Conway Quorum Court Committee. Sublet grew up in Faulkner County and has worked as an electrician throughout the state. He is running on the Republican ballot for District 11 and promises to stand for family values, the protection of rights, and strengthening the community. This announcement comes as early voting for the election commences on October 24th, and Election Day is November 8th. When we come back from the break, we'll have more news from UCA, Conway, and Faulkner County. Don't go anywhere. News 6 will be right back.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Found my heart out there in the open. Trees make you feel smaller. Can't help but get lost again.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to News 6. On November 6th, it will be time again to move those clocks back an hour, and possibly for the last time. No more spring forward and falling back. A bill called the Sunshine Protection Act was introduced in March to eliminate changing the clocks from standard time to daylight savings time. If passed, clocks would be changed to daylight savings time in the spring, but would not be changed back in November 2023. They would remain at daylight savings time all year. The Senate unanimously passed this bill, but it is still up for consideration by the House and will need President Biden's signature if passed.
Last week, News 6 reported about a student that was raising money for suicide awareness. Nate Taylor, a sophomore at UCA, started biking laps around the Harding Centennial Fountain on Monday around 4 in the evening. Before starting the ride, Taylor already raised $600. After the ride was complete, he earned $1,050. Before the ride, Taylor vowed that he would start biking 125 laps and then increase the number once more money came in. By the end of the ride, Taylor biked around 1,175 laps and ended his ride around 8 in the evening. When asked about why he wanted to bike for suicide awareness, Taylor said he wanted to do it for his dad, who passed in 2008. He also stated that he was biking for anyone who might feel alone or need help. Suicide is one of the highest causes of death for college students, with around 1,100 deaths every year on college campuses. If you or a loved one is struggling with their mental health or having suicidal thoughts, don't hesitate to contact the Suicide Prevention Hotline Center at 988.
The American Medical Student Organization, also known as the Pre-Med Club, is hosting a meeting in the Lewis Science Center next Tuesday, October 24th. The meeting will take place between 1:40 and 2:40 in the afternoon in room 102. There will be a medical student from the University of Medical Sciences in attendance so that students may ask questions about what life is like at UAMS and questions or concerns about medical school in general.
Many students may be unaware that UCA's Student Success offers tutoring services for all UCA students who may need a little extra help in their classes. Reporter Sydney Ambrose spoke with some tutors to find out how students can get help.
Office of Student Success, and it's a place where students can come and get tutoring in many subjects.
UCA's Tutoring Services is located on the second floor of Torreson Library and is available to all UCA students. Students have two ways they can get an appointment. Students can walk in or schedule an appointment on Navigate if they already have a specific tutor in mind. Tutoring is available for several classes.
So we offer tutoring for the majority of all core classes. So anything that freshmen and sophomores are going to take that aren't specific to their major, we offer tutoring in that. And then in terms of higher level classes, we offer a lot of STEM higher level classes. So higher level math classes, we offer computer science, as well as higher level biology and chemistry classes.
Tutors offered a word of advice for students who may need help in their classes but are afraid to make the first step.
I would say that a lot of the learning that you actually get done is from your peers. You know, you actually learn more from your peers than you would from a professor, simply because your professor knows a lot more than you and they can't explain it as well as a peer. And we are your peers. As tutors, we are also students. And we understand where you're coming from. We're from your generation, we're your peers, you know?
So I definitely would have considered myself that student as a freshman. I never once thought my senior year I'd be a tutor, you know. I never once thought I would see the benefits in how getting tutoring can help. So I would just never let yourself get discouraged or give up. And putting in the work and reaching out to the resources will always benefit you.
I'm Sydney Ambrose, reporting for News 6.
The Conway Public School Board of Education unanimously approved the appointment of Conway native Bill Milburn. Milburn grew up in Conway, graduated from Conway High School, and served in the Conway Police Department for 27 years. His appointment comes after the resignation of Scott Champlin last month. Milburn has said he is looking forward to serving his new role and looks to provide an education like the one he received. It is unknown if Milburn will seek re-election in May at the Conway Public School Board regular elections.
The UCA Women's Leadership Network is hosting a free networking breakfast featuring life coach and mentor Dr. Brenda Yelvington. Dr. Yelvington will be speaking at this event and will introduce the Gently Do lifestyle and philosophy. The Gently Do lifestyle is all about encouraging women to find more peace, joy, and freedom in their daily lives. The 45-minute program will begin at 8 in the morning on Tuesday, October 25th at the Blue Barn Bakery in Conway. Students can register online at uca.edu/outreach/women. After the break, we'll go to Jason Gregory for a closer look at this week's weather. News 6 will be right back.
Toby. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour. What do you think?
You got jokes. You're funny.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
It's going to take more than just us. It's going to take the community, the world, to help us make a change.
Welcome back to News 6. I'm Jason Gregory with your weather. So we're going to look at the Great Lakes. We have rain and mixed precipitation going on from Michigan all the way down to West Virginia. And if we look at the West Coast, we have a number of high pressure systems going on in the west. And we also have a warm front branching down from North Dakota all the way down to Texas. And if we look at our 3-day map, we have rain and mixed precipitation now in the northwest and a number of high pressure systems in the southwest. And if we look down, we also have more high pressure systems in the southeast. If we go down south, we have rain and thunderstorms in the Miami area that will be occurring on Friday. And let's look at our 7-day forecast. So we're going to start off on Thursday. Thursday will be pretty chilly. We do have a high of 74, but that low is going to get down to 43. Friday, things will end up being warmer with a high of 82 and a low of 55, and a high of 80 on Saturday, a low of 60. If we look at Sunday, things are going to continue to stay warm. We have a high of 82 and a low of 61. Cloud coverage will occur on Monday with a high of 76, a low of 60. The clouds will continue on Tuesday, high of 77, a low of 44. And on Wednesday, we're going to have the sun will be back with a high of 71 and a low of 41. And that's a look at your weather. When we come back, we'll go over what happened this weekend in UCA sports. They'll go anywhere.
You were a hero today, getting your COVID vaccine, Elmo.
There was a little pinch, but Elmo was really glad to have Daddy there with him.
I had questions about Elmo getting the COVID vaccine. I talked to our pediatrician and learned that the vaccine is the best way to keep him and everyone else healthy.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to News 6. University of Central Arkansas wide receiver Christian Richmond earned the ASUN Conference Offensive Player of the Week award on Monday. Richmond set the conference record for 12 receptions for 156 yards. The Central Arkansas Sugar Bears volleyball team has a reason to celebrate. Kayla Coons received the award for ASUN Conference Freshman of the Week once again. Even as a freshman, Coons has proven to be a force to be reckoned with. Coons put up 36 assists during Friday's win against Florida Gulf Coast and 46 assists during Sunday's win against Stetson. Alexis McDaniel won Defensive Player of the Week for the second straight week. McDaniel continued to 32 digs last week, beating her previous record of 25. She also added assists and 4 aces in the win against Florida Gulf Coast. The men's golf team wrapped Day 2 of the Little Rock Fall Invitational on Tuesday, finishing in 15th place. Junior Palmer McSpadden had an impressive day, birdieing 2 shots near the end of the 3rd round. McSpadden finished the Invitational at 11 over 227. Sam Long had an impressive day on his own, tallying 9 birdies through 3 rounds. The Invitational marked the end of the fall season for the Bears. The season will resume in February to start off the spring season. The men's cross-country team moved up in the South Central Region rankings after their amazing performance at Arturo Barrios Invitational, where 8 personal records were set by the Bears. Out of 360 runners, Julian Hosner placed 8th with a personal record of 23 minutes and 59 seconds. Philip Hosner finished 19th with a personal record time of 24 minutes and 12 seconds. Head coach Josie Weaver praised the Hosner brothers for their hard work and not only breaking their personal records, but school records as well. That's it for UCA Sports. After this break, we'll catch up with the rest of the news.
Wait, not in the toilet.
No, don't do that. No.
Don't hit your brother. Oh.
Not again.
What did I tell you about playing in the mud?
Raffy, not so close to the pool. Wait!
Frankie, Tabby, what are you doing? We told you never to touch the gun!
I'm sorry, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
You could have hurt yourself!
Safely store your guns. Unload, lock, and away from ammo.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Dance Company is putting on its 8th annual Thriller in the Park event. Every year, dancers come together to showcase the Thriller dance, and everyone is welcome to participate. The Funk Fusion Dance Company was established in 2009 with locations in both Morrilton and Conway. The company focuses on creativity, freedom of expression, and building confidence. The event consists not only of the dance showcase, but also includes live music, food, candy, games, and giveaways. It will be held Monday, October 31st from 5:30 to 7:30 in the evening. The event takes place at Simon Park in downtown Conway. If you'd like to learn the dance and participate in the showcase, more information can be found at www.funkfusioncompany.com.
Many students get their first dog while at college. Reporter Kira Jenkins spoke with Lacey Vance about the importance of both physical and mental exercise for dogs.
Such as going on walks or playing fetch, is an important aspect of keeping your dog healthy. Lacey Vance, owner of Hounds Hideaway, says in her experience, mental stimulation can have the same effect.
Mental stimulation is harder, so that would be the equivalent of you or me doing a crossword puzzle or Wordle or something like that, where our brains get a workout. The interesting thing about dogs is that mental stimulation can actually have the same tiredness effect that physical stimulation has, where you or me play Wordle, we're not gonna exhibit physical signs of being tired, where a dog will absolutely do that after having sufficient mental stimulation.
A tired dog will give you not only some time to yourself, but can help with behavioral issues as well.
I think if you want your dog to be, number one, tired sometimes so you get a break, and then also just to not be bored. They really do need both. So for a dog, it's a bit of a 50-50 game. So it takes 50% physical stimulation, 50% mental for a dog to achieve what I would call a satisfied state where they're not bored. A bored dog's going to get into mischief typically, may have barking habits, maybe even harder to deal with on a leash, little things like that. So if you can do both and make sure that they have both those needs met, then they're going to be a lot happier.
If you are thinking about getting a puppy soon, it is important to start socializing them as soon as you can.
It's better to start when they're young. So if you're able to expose them to different types of people, men, women, little kids, big kids, lots of noises, like I said, even traffic, going on walks. When they get older, they become a more trusting, relaxed dog that isn't frazzled by much, is easier to take places with you, easier to take into a daycare or boarding environment, just a happier, more easygoing dog.
Emily Roberts, supervisor at Hounds Hideaway, shows affordable options to help with mental stimulation at home.
So this one, you would put treats, or you can even put their meals in it. And what they have to do is they have to nudge the ball around the floor with their nose. And when it gets to a certain point, some of the food will fall out. So it's more of kind of like a slow feeding option. Plus it's kind of like a game to them as well to get food out. So this one also, you would put either food or treats inside as well, and it pretty much stands on the floor, and they have to figure out a way to nudge it to where the hole hits the ground for the food to come out, but it doesn't roll around like a normal ball would. It stays completely straight up, so they have to figure out a way to keep nudging it the same way to get the food out that. So this is one of our more challenging puzzles we give to dogs. So pretty much you put treats all throughout here underneath these little tiles here, and what the dogs have to do is they use their nose to sniff out where the treats are, and so they'll grab a treat and then they have to figure out a way to move the next one over to get the next treat, and then kind of go like all the way around like this. Some more little challenging ones we have is these little circular ones. They have to figure out a way to get the treat, move it back, and then go on to the next one. So it's super, super stimulating for the brain, especially like sometimes I can't figure it out either. So.
It is important to exercise your dog, both physically and mentally. Mental puzzles such as these can be found at almost any pet store near you. Reporting for News 6, I'm Kira Jenkins.
Mental exercise is just as important as physical exercise for dogs in order to have a happy, healthy, and well-socialized dog.
UCA's Residential College Healthy Promotion and Wellness, or HPAW, will explore how LGBT face detachment and discrimination that impact a person's well-being. They will also discuss the achievement of more students entering healthcare professions. This event gives students a chance to work together with faculty who have experience in a specific field of the student's interest. It will be held Thursday, October 27th in the Barrington Hall lobby from 1:40 to 2:30 in the afternoon.
The University of Central Arkansas seniors are holding a fall art exhibit at Baum Gallery and McClaslin Hall. This will promote art in a professional environment that will be open to the Conway community. This exhibit is designed to showcase the work of UCA seniors who are graduating with a Bachelor of Arts and an emphasis in fine arts, art education, or studio art. The exhibit is completely free to the public and will have its opening showing on November 3rd from 4 to 7 in the evening. There will also be a weekend showing on November 13th from 2 to 4 in the afternoon.
That's a look at your news for today. I don't know about you, Ethan, but me personally, I'm really excited, looking forward to a fall break for once.
I am too, man. We get a 4-day weekend. It's exciting. Do you have any big plans?
I'm actually working all of break, but hey, I'm getting paid, so that's something.
That sounds about right. I don't have anything much more planned than work, honestly.
If you missed any stories or want to get more details, visit us online at ucanews.live.
If you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, you can email us at ucanews6@gmail.com.
Also, you can keep up with us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm Aiden Barber.
And I'm Ethan Davis. For Jason Gregory and all of us at News 6, thank you so much for watching. Have a great fall break and have a great night.